So him being arrested isn't really like the shocker. It's him coming out and his, I guess, reaction to it, right? Because everybody's saying, King, you grew up privileged, bro. Why are you going down this path? Now he's talking about F the police, F12. So, it just, he just don't care.
We're inside a hospital that feels less like a place of healing and more like a battlefield for secrets. It's 3 a.m. at Grady Memorial in Atlanta. The air is heavy, the lights too bright, and the silence feels staged. King Harris, the so-called prince of the Harris dynasty, lies tangled in wires and tubes, fighting for his life while the whole world watches. Every beep from the monitor sounds like a warning shot. Every whisper outside his room feels like another clue in a case that's getting darker by the minute.
Due to my past events, they kind of say like, hey bro, you do this, you can't, so I've been chilling.
Mm-hmm. I feel like people that stand with you, you're really a good person. You help out a lot of people.
Yeah.
You're innocent. Like you live life.
Behind that glass, family members stand frozen, T's face locked in disbelief, Tiny breaking down into the arms of people she doesn't even know. Her cries echo down those cold, sterile hallways like a siren nobody can silence.
Me and my dad, man, we had a relationship. Like, it was like to the point to where he know me, I know you, but it was almost like Ghost and Tariq in Power, bro.
Out in the world, millions of us scroll, stare, and pray. Our timelines flooded with hashtag Pray for King and hashtag Justice for King Harris. Because this isn't just another celebrity tragedy. This feels like Atlanta itself is under a cloud of something deep and dangerous. The official statement from the hospital? Critical but stable. But nothing about this story sounds stable. The leaks tell a different tale. Whispers that King's injuries don't line up, that something about the scene looks staged. Even more chilling are the claims that a guard quietly admitted the order came from above. The street's already buzzing.
Was there ever a moment on camera that you felt like you had to portray somebody or someone you weren't? Or did you stay 100?
Nah, for the most part, man, I stayed 100, man.
This wasn't no random jail fight gone wrong. This was a setup done with precision, almost surgical cruelty. Every bruise on King's body looks too clean, too calculated, like somebody was sending a message. Each mark another signature from whoever's trying to wipe out the Harris name for good. Even with cameras catching Tiny's tears, one question keeps echoing. How does a kid born into fame, money, and power end up clinging to life, surrounded by machines keeping him alive? And why do so many people in high places seem desperate to keep the truth buried?
T.I.'s son, King Harris, has been arrested after not appearing in court and some other things connected to his action.
If this were just a normal meltdown from a spoiled celebrity, the world would have moved on before sunrise. But this is different. This is King Harris, the heir to one of hip-hop's strongest dynasties. The Harris name was supposed to be legendary, untouchable, built on power, pride, and Southern royalty.
Actor would tell you when the camera's on, you get into character. You get into, you know what I'm saying? And the thing about reality, it's all real, it's all natural, but some things are, you know what I'm saying? Some things are needed for the climax and the rising of the episodes and stuff like that. So sometimes
T.I., the man who called himself King of the South, built that empire from the trenches to the top. Music, reality TV, and a family that became a brand before some of us even knew what fame looked like.
Saying, no, you're not this, you're not this. And then I'm going to him saying, bro, why you doing that? Why you even doing that? He like, bro, the point is to make them think that you're not this. That's the whole goal.
But now, looking through that cold hospital glass at King's lifeless body, that once golden dynasty looks haunted, cursed even. The silence from the family ain't just pain, it's fear, suspicion, and the unshakable feeling that someone bigger is pulling the strings behind those hospital walls. And by the time the first conspiracy hits the internet, it's too late. Rumors explode about masked men sneaking into the ICU, machines mysteriously shutting off, and nurses risking their jobs just to leak the truth.
Sometimes the things we was doing was forced, not necessarily fake. So it wasn't really like, it was just The perception they had on me is I was just bad, cool, funny. I'm him. That's who I am.
That's right.
That's who I am. So it's just certain things that they kind of perceive.
Now, whispers of a sabotaged recovery are setting the internet on fire. People are saying King's bloodstream had substances no doctor ever prescribed, stuff that shouldn't have been there at all. The kind of detail that makes you think someone didn't just want him hurt, they wanted him gone.
Yes, that's right. Lawyer Tyrone Blackburn is going to authorities, asking and encouraging state and federal prosecutors to start a criminal investigation into T.I. and Tamika Harris, aka Tiny, on behalf of 11 accusers.
Then came that bone-chilling quote from a prison staffer. "The order came from above. We just cleared the way." Once that hit the blogs, even the biggest skeptics went quiet. Who would risk everything to take down a 20-year-old kid whose only crime was being born into power? It's a question that's got everyone looking over their shoulders. Every hour, there's a new clip, a leaked message, some shaky audio of a witness claiming this goes deeper than the Harris family, deeper than Atlanta, maybe even deeper than hip-hop itself.
Trying to coddle him for. Let the man walk off, have some time to himself, sit down, soak it up, and come up with what he need to do.
But to understand how this storm started, we gotta rewind just a few weeks before King Harris's heart nearly stopped in that ICU bed. Back then, it was pure joy. Blue and gold balloons filled the room, cameras flashing, people laughing. It was King's baby shower. The whole family there, celebrating life, love, and legacy. Tiny was glowing on Instagram, posting, "My baby King is having a baby." Her excitement burned through the screen. You could feel it. The setup was straight out of a reality show. Luxury everywhere, smiles all around. King posing with Janai, hand on her hip, his future finally looking solid. For a moment, the Harris dynasty looked unstoppable. But that light didn't last long. Just weeks after that perfect night, the headlines flipped again. Chaos. Reports came in that King had been arrested in Dunwoody. Turns out there'd been a warrant hanging over him from an old case. Reckless driving, nearly hitting a patrol car, the smell of smoke in the air, and yes, a weapon found on him. The police report didn't read like some minor mistake. It read like a slow-motion crash of a young man trying too hard to escape his own shadow.
Able to do that if it wasn't for family hustle. Right. That does come with some, it's some adversity. It's some adversity to come with that. People get in your business.
The world watched a privileged son spiral. Someone raised behind gates. That night when King's mugshot hit the internet, the world went crazy. Comment sections exploded with judgment and disbelief. He grew up rich. What's he doing? He's got a baby on the way. Why risk everything now? In seconds, the narrative flipped. King Harris went from rising star to public disaster. The whispers multiplied fast. Was he trying to escape his father's shadow or sprinting straight into a future he couldn't control? Some fans brushed it off as normal growing pains, just another young man acting out. But others saw the signs. The chaos, the headlines, the tension building inside the Harris home. They swore this wasn't one bad night. It was the start of a dangerous pattern. And just when the public thought they'd seen the worst, the past came roaring back like a storm. The same old allegations that had haunted the Harris family for years. Those dark, denied claims about shady parties, disturbing encounters, and whispered regrets suddenly resurfaced louder than ever. Sabrina Peterson's Instagram turned into a full-blown digital courtroom. She went live, dropping threats of receipts, screenshots, and stories that she claimed would blow the lid off everything. Not just T.I. and Tiny's past, but King's present and his future too. She didn't hold back either. This time, she named King directly, sharing supposed messages from a panicked family saying their daughter got caught in a web led by the Harrises. Let's be clear, none of this has been proven. Not one claim confirmed. The family denies everything with pure fire, and their legal team moves fast. But even without proof, the internet doesn't wait. Each post, each leak, pushes King further into the storm. Suddenly, he's no longer seen as an artist, a father-to-be, or a kid who made mistakes. He's the face of a scandal too big to dodge. Every headline drags his name through the mud. Mugshots, arrests, old rumors, while his parents fight to keep the dynasty from collapsing. Outside that hospital, the crowd ain't just praying for King's recovery. They're debating whether this was bad luck or the final hit in a long game of payback and buried secrets. Some folks call it karma, others whisper it's revenge, but everyone can feel it. Something deeper's been brewing for years. We all keep replaying the timeline in our heads. The glowing baby shower, the mugshot, and that infamous Falcons game where T.I. and King clashed in front of thousands. What started as father-son bickering over silver spoon privilege turned into chaos, the world watching as King locked his own father in a headlock on livestream. Then Tiny stepped in, dropping a bomb of her own, revealing that King sucked a pacifier until he was 12. That single moment went viral, dragging the family name through every meme page online. What looked like a normal family argument turned into public humiliation, exposing cracks in a dynasty that once looked unbreakable. From that day on, nothing about the Harris image felt the same. It was bruised, battered, and permanently changed in the eyes of the world. Now fast forward to today. King fighting for breath inside a hospital that feels more like a fortress than a clinic. Cameras flashing outside, security tight, and questions louder than ever. How do you go from celebrating new life to staring death in the face? In just a few short weeks, the truth's tangled in a web of privilege, pressure, and secrets that won't stay buried no matter how hard they try. Was King just reckless? Or was he targeted? Did he lose control? Or was someone making sure he did? Insiders close to the Harris circle are blunt. They say this didn't come out of nowhere. The fights, the arrests, the viral outbursts, all warning signs that something deeper was bubbling underneath. Some insiders whisper that King, desperate to prove he wasn't just T.I.'s son, started moving with people who don't play by industry rules. Others say it's simpler. When you build a throne on secrets, don't be shocked when the past finally starts to scream. Right now, the Harris family is fighting a war on two fronts: the internet and the ICU. On one side, public perception keeps shifting like sand. On the other, private panic fills every hallway of that hospital. Each beep from King's monitor feels like a ticking clock, counting down how much more this family can take before something snaps. And what's wild, everything about this tragedy fits a pattern too clean to ignore. King's sudden collapse didn't happen in a vacuum. It came right after his legal drama, and just as the Harris family was crawling out from their biggest scandal in years. So the whispers began. Loud in Atlanta, louder in LA. Is it just coincidence that every time those ugly allegations resurface about trafficking, coercion, manipulation, someone in the Harris family ends up paying the price? Fans online swear it's karma, saying the universe is finally balancing the scales, that the family dodged too many close calls for too long. But the insiders, they tell a darker story. People who've been in this industry long enough to see reputations destroyed overnight claim the Harrises have real enemies, powerful ones, with reach that stretches way beyond social media. Some are saying the timing of King's hospitalization is too perfect to be natural. They think someone's sending a message. Stay quiet, or next time it'll be worse. And then come the conspiracies, the kind that make you question everything. Unconfirmed reports talk about a family assistant who supposedly saw text messages warning King not to talk to certain outsiders. Then, an anonymous producer went on record saying, "I've never seen a takedown like this. It feels organized." That one quote alone lit up the blogs. People are now whispering that King's ICU spiral might be the most public piece of a much bigger hit. A silent war being fought behind closed doors. Meanwhile, social media's in full detective mode. Theories flying everywhere. Was this payback for the Falcons game, where King humiliated his dad live in front of the world? Did a rival circle inside the industry decide to make an example out of him? Or is this just the brutal reality of fame, where every mistake, every argument, every tear gets filmed, analyzed, and turned into content in 4K? Every hour King spends on life support, the flames burn higher. The family that once ruled reality TV and rap charts can't spin this one away. The gossip machine they once fed is now devouring them whole. And outside Grady Memorial, the protests grow. Bigger, louder, angrier, justice for King. And protect the Harris family. Blaze across banners, car windows, and flashing billboards all over Atlanta. But for every fan praying outside that hospital, there's another voice online calling it all a performance. Another twist in a family saga that's always had more drama than sense. As the noise grows louder, the Harris legacy starts to unravel in real time. Old family friends quietly backing away, business partners going ghost, and old collaborators posting shady captions about loyalty and truth. You can feel the distance growing, like people trying to escape a sinking ship before it drags them down too. Some fans swear it's all smoke and mirrors, that T.I. and Tiny always bounce back no matter what. But others say this time feels different. The dynasty looks shaken to its core. Tiny looks drained, desperate, like a mother running out of hope. T.I. looks haunted, lost in a war he can't control. This ain't just about fame anymore, it's about survival. Now we're left staring down the real question, the one that makes your stomach turn. Is King Harris just another young star who fell too fast, crushed by a legacy too heavy to carry? Or are we witnessing something far darker, a dynasty being punished, not for what they did, but for what they know? Because the silence from that hospital only makes it worse. Every missing report, every misplaced file, every whisper of a deleted message, it all adds to the chill. Even the smallest leak makes us wonder if King was ever safe at all. The pattern's too eerie, the coincidences too perfect, and the fear too real to ignore. So here's where we leave it. King Harris, once a 20-year-old stepping into fatherhood, now caught in something way bigger than fame or family. A mystery wrapped in secrets the world isn't ready to face. Now we gotta ask, what do you think? Is this all coincidence? Or are we watching a plan unfold to silence the Harris name once and for all? Drop your wildest theories, your hottest takes, and your prayers for King down in the comments. And don't forget, hit that like button, share this video, and subscribe for more.